Welcome back to my channel. This is Caleb Warnock, and this is one of my large cold style greenhouses. As I'm editing this video, it is January 7th, 2025, but this video was filmed on either January 3rd or January 4th of 2025. That snow that you saw is still on the ground outside where we are. The high temperature here in the Rocky Mountains at 5,200 foot elevation is 36 degrees, and the low tonight and tomorrow is going to be in the single digits. A cold style greenhouse, and I will go through these plants in a moment with you, but right now on the video I'm just kind of walking you through what's there so you can see what's in the greenhouse. But in the cold style greenhouse, you grow things that need a cooler soil temperature to thrive, which is brassicas. Brassicas is a group of vegetables that includes broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi. Am I missing any? Collard greens, cabbage, those are all brassicas, and peas, and all of the root vegetables like carrots and parsnips, and onions, and potatoes, and turnips. I'm trying to think of what else. Salsify, whatever root vegetables. Except sweet potatoes grow in a hot greenhouse. This is a cold greenhouse. And I've got shallots growing in here. And then all of the salad greens also need to grow in the cold greenhouse. So all of the lettuces, all of the cold common spinaches, not Malabar spinach goes in a hot greenhouse, but common spinach goes in the cold greenhouse. Any of the Asian greens, the mustard greens, all of those things go in the cold greenhouse. And the design of the cold greenhouse is to keep the soil temperature 20 degrees cooler so that these things, because you don't grow lettuce and tomatoes at the same soil temperature. If you try to grow lettuce and tomatoes in the same greenhouse, or spinach or peppers in the same greenhouse, then either it's going to be too hot for the spinach and the lettuce, but so that the tomatoes and the peppers are happy, or the soil is going to be too cold so that the lettuce and the spinach are happy and the tomatoes and the peppers are not happy. So that's why we have greenhouses that are just for growing cold soil vegetables and greenhouses that are just for growing hot soil vegetables. What you're looking at right now, they look like empty garden boxes, but as I said, in a moment I'll explain to you what's going on in all of these boxes. I just kind of wanted you to have a explanation of how this greenhouse is different than what you've seen in my other recent videos. This greenhouse is 4 feet underneath the ground. We do not build them this way anymore. This is an old style. This greenhouse is probably 16 years old at this point. 16, 17 years ago, I built this greenhouse. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm thinking of my other cold greenhouse. This greenhouse is probably 12, 13 years old and is 4 feet deep into the ground. And it is far more expensive to build them into the ground. My new designs that we've been using for the past 10 years, when I say new designs, I mean for the past 10 years I've been designing and building only above ground greenhouses because it is way cheaper to build above ground hugelkultur Wallapini greenhouses than it is to go into the ground. So anyway, we don't build them like this. This design is not the current design, but I don't have a current design of a cold greenhouse on my property because this greenhouse still works. It's just, it still works and it still grows exactly the same way as the greenhouses we build now. It's just a lot more expensive to build this kind of greenhouse, and also the lighting and the venting are different in the newer greenhouses than they are in this particular greenhouse. And in the new greenhouses, we would not have bricks and we would not have that fabric. And anyway, so long story short, this is not exactly how we would build it. If you want details on the current designs, you can reach out to me at seedrenaissance@gmail.com. So I just wanted to make that caveat. I know it's not a beautiful greenhouse, but it is one of my older style greenhouses, and we would not build it this way anymore. And there's a whole long story that goes with this greenhouse that you probably don't care about. But I just wanted to show you that even though it is January and it is bitter cold outside, and it is bitter cold in the nighttime, it is growing nicely, and everything in here has been planted. There are no empty boxes in this greenhouse because the solstice has passed. I think the solstice was on December 21st, 2024. So now it is January 2025. The solstice has passed, and so it is time for to take out the old stuff, the old annual plants, and put in the new annual plants from seed. So the things that look like empty boxes in here are actually already planted. And a lot of them have already got little sprouts coming up in them. I think you can see that in some of this. And then I have some still photos that I will show you in just a moment. So that is the tour, and now I will take you back through and kind of explain to you what you are looking at. So what the individual vegetables are that we have growing. So for those of you just quickly who are new, maybe new to this channel, my name is Caleb Warnock. I'm the national best-selling author of 24 different books, which you can find on Amazon. And I have been designing and building geothermal greenhouses for 20 years, and I have built and designed more than 100 geothermal greenhouses for people all over the western United States. And I have 9 geothermal greenhouses in my backyard, and I am about to put a 10th because I have decided to build a second mini greenhouse because I have a friend who wants a greenhouse but can't have one, and so I have offered to she's a member of my garden club, and I have offered to let her have a greenhouse on my property. So soon, in a couple of weeks, I will have 10 of these greenhouses on my property. And so that's what these tours are. Maybe one day I'll take you on some tours of some of my other clients' greenhouses too, if they will let me do that. But anyway, that's what we're doing on this channel. I'm just showing you that it is inexpensive and possible to do this. Here's a look at my books. For those of you, just a quick glance at my books. If you're interested, you can pick those up on Amazon.com. Okay, so we're going to start the tour again, and I'm going to kind of tell you what it is we're looking at as we go. This door I got for free off of a local free site. It had been snowing all night when I opened this greenhouse for this tour. This greenhouse is 40 feet long by 12 feet wide, and that platform that we're walking on right now is a root cellar, which maybe I'll discuss in another video. These are geraniums that my friend gave me that have been in there for several years. That empty box has got seeds planted in it, Asian greens. I think that right there is chickweed, which is a salad green that I eat every day. These are, I forgot what kind of peas these are. They're Carube de Maison peas, and as you saw, they're in flower. That box right there is filled full of Dutch shallots that are just starting to sprout. This is another kind of, magnolia peas right there. This is Swiss chard in this box right here. I do grow in hugelkultur boxes with no drainage. Of course, I make them myself. This is arugula rocket. This is either kohlrabi or rutabaga. That is rutabaga. This is mizuna. This is another box of yellow potato onions that I planted a couple of weeks ago that have not sprouted yet. And this is the kohlrabi right here. This is Gigante, Gigant kohlrabi. I did not like it. It was a test. I've never grown that variety before. It was a test. I'm not going to grow it again. I did not like it. I test lots and lots of varieties. This is America spinach, and I think prize choy. In half the box is America spinach, and the other half is prize choy. If America spinach is a really great greenhouse spinach, and this is Austrian winter peas, and this is another box with yellow potato onions planted in it. I don't know why I'm lingering on this box on the camera, but for some reason I am. And this box either has yellow potato onions or Dutch shallots, and this box has some kind of Asian green in it. It's either Taisai or Mizuna or Tokyo Bakana or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's some kind of Asian green. This is another box of yellow potato onions. And this box has Dutch red shallots in it. And this box has what? I cannot remember. I think it has dill in it or something. This is, I forgot, I can't remember. Oh, these are early Prescott frame peas or Prince Albert frame peas. They're a rare variety of cold frame peas that I have never grown before, but I will be growing those again. I really like those. This is a new kind of spinach that I've never grown before. I mean, new to me. It's Beaujolais spinach, and I will be growing that again. And yesterday my garden club was here, and they were all tasting that spinach, and we all agreed that it was the best spinach we had ever tasted. And I can't remember what this is. I think it's prize choy. If anybody saw on that label, on the box it says on that label. Did anybody see what it said? These are potatoes that have been there for a year, and they are just there multiplying for seed potatoes. This is Shingyuku, which is a chrysanthemum salad green, which is really tasty, has a very unique flavor. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff in all of these boxes, and I don't remember what's in each one of them, but each of these boxes has a different kind of vegetable just sprouting. You can see they're just coming up. I mean, there's cabbages, there's kale, there's kohlrabi. Those are peas, obviously, right there. I don't remember what kind of peas they are. And I don't know, lettuce. There's several different kinds of lettuces, and who knows what all. A whole bunch of stuff. And that's because I took out all the other stuff and planted new stuff because the solstice has passed, and so it is now astronomical spring, and so it is time. There's all the peas, and so I planted these probably on the 22nd of December. I don't know. I mean, if you really are really interested in what the varieties of peas are, I'll do another video when they're larger, and I can tell you more specifically. This is Arugula sylvetta, the wild form of arugula. This is a mustard green called Frizzy Lizzie. These are Red Bull Brussels sprouts, and this is collard greens, collard vates. That is green Goliath broccoli. These are one of my favorite. They're snow peas called Green Beauty. I love these, and that particular plant of snow peas has been in there for months and months and months, and just puts out snow peas all the time, and I just go snap them off and eat them. That grass right there is I forgot, Timothy hay it's for seeds for my horse, and that was endive or escarole, I can't remember, that we just looked at. And then those boxes of potatoes that are mostly not growing. The potatoes are just sitting there, and they should sprout, in the next couple of months. Just whenever the soil temperature gets up to where the potatoes want to jump up and sprout, then they will jump up and sprout. Okay, Geothermal Greenhouse Nation friends, as I take you through this tour of the still photographs of what's going on in the greenhouse, I feel like this is a good time to remind you to please like and subscribe if you have not already. It makes a big difference in my ability to continue to make these videos. This is Shingyuku. Some of you know I used to live in Japan. I lived in Japan for a couple of years, and this is a Japanese salad green that is just the green leaves of chrysanthemums, and it's really delicious and has a unique flavor. This is the Beaujolais spinach, which, as I mentioned a minute ago, is the first time I have ever grown this, and it is the most flavorful spinach that I've ever grown. I think some of you know that I own a seed company, seedrenaissance.com, and so this was a test of this spinach, and we will definitely be adding this to our lineup of seeds. If you would like to support me and my work, please go to seedrenaissance.com and buy some of our all heirloom, all chemical free seeds. That is all we sell, are heirloom and chemical free seeds. This pea plant right here that you see is the Prince so-and-so, I can't remember, frame peas, specifically for clothes frames, a very old variety, and it was a test, and I've been very pleased with how well it has done, and so I will definitely be growing that again and adding that to the lineup of seeds that we sell at seedrenaissance.com. And look how nice all these flowers are on the peas in January. And I just go out there and pick peas every day. I do go out into my greenhouses and eat every day. These baby peas right here are Austrian winter peas, which are a variety of peas that are actually grown for eating their pea greens and not the actual peas themselves. They're a very long day count pea. They have about a 300 day count uh, time required to produce peas, but they're historically grown through the winter so that you can cut off the salad greens or the pea greens and eat them as part of your salad. I don't know if any of you have never tasted pea greens before, but they taste exactly like peas and are really wonderful for fresh snacking and also to put in salads. So I'm really pleased that these little Austrian winter peas are coming up, and if you would like some seeds, I've already said seedrenaissance.com several times, but anyway, I own a company. You have to forgive me. This is Endive. Is it Endive or Esquirrel? Oh my heavens, I can never remember which one this is. I apologize. Is it Endive or Esquirrel? I get it confused. This is, and all of these boxes have labels on the actual boxes. This is Timothy hay that I'm just growing for seeds so that I can plant some more for my poor little horse. These are the one of my favorite snow peas, the Green Beauty snow peas. This is Green Goliath broccoli, which I am testing to see. It should be start producing broccoli pretty soon. And this is Colored Vates, collard greens. This is Red Bull Brussels sprouts, also getting ready to start sprouting in the greenhouse because the solstice has passed. And Frizzy Lizzy mustard greens. Mustard greens are hot and spicy if you've never had them before. If you like horseradish, you'll like those. And if you don't like horseradish, you will not like those. This is arugula, the wild form, called Sylvetta, which is, nutty and delicious. And this is Umpaqua broccoli, which we sell on our website. That's just for me to eat. Or I guess I should be nice and say for us to eat. I'll let other people, let my wife have some too. I think I mentioned already that these are just potatoes. Seed potatoes have become so expensive that I've just taken to growing my own. And these are the huckleberry seed potatoes and the all purple, I can't remember what they're called. They're completely purple and they stay purple when they're cooked. This is cress. This is the Dutch broadleaf version of cress, which I sell on my website. It's a big leaf cress. instead of, it's less serrated, a big leaf cress. This is arugula rocket, the rocket version of arugula. Again, nutty and spicy, and most of it is gone because my friends came and took it yesterday. Not all of it. I mean, you just cut it and it grows back. These are some of the little baby Dutch red shallots that I planted a couple of weeks ago that are just starting to sprout out of the ground in the greenhouse. I'm looking forward to having those. This is America spinach that I planted a couple of weeks ago. It's just starting to pop out of the greenhouse. A very cold hardy variety of spinach that I have grown for many years in my greenhouses and cold frames. Let's see what's next here. Oh, chickweed I eat every day. Really tender, very, very mild. And all of this is gone because I took a bunch yesterday and my friends took a bunch yesterday. I had a whole bunch of friends here yesterday. My garden club was here. And this is, and they took all this stuff out of my greenhouse. This is rutabaga gill feather, which was a test. I did not like it. I'm not going to grow it again. This is another picture of the Umpaqua broccoli. And I love that shade of green on that broccoli. This is magnolia peas. So a unique variety of peas that you can read about on my website if you're interested. This is Swiss chard. And again, because my friends took all of this yesterday, this has all been cut to the ground, but it will just grow back again until it decides to go to seed. Then once it goes to seed, I'll probably just rip it out and replant it with something else. Or maybe I'll let it go to seed. I have Swiss chard growing in several different greenhouses. This is Mizuna. A lot of people have never tried Mizuna. It is a very tender, very mild salad green, an Asian green. It is delicious. I've been growing it for many years. This is just a couple of geraniums that my friend gave to me a few years ago that have been hanging out in a dark corner of this greenhouse. This is, oh, now I've forgotten which variety of peas this is. Sorry, it's not coming to me. I've forgotten, but look at the pretty pea blossoms on there. And an overview of my greenhouse. And if you have any questions or thoughts, please, or comments, leave them in the comments. If there are things that you would like me to cover in these videos that I'm not covering, please leave that also in the comments. And if you want more information in a design for a geothermal greenhouse that is guaranteed to grow 365 days a year, then I will put that information at the end of this video, along with some general information that you need to know if you're interested in having a geothermal greenhouse. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with me again. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Happy geothermal greenhouse growing, everyone.